Chartered accountants in industry are the backbone of financial stewardship, governance, and strategic decision making, shaping and driving the future across sectors. Namaskar and warm welcome to all. Chartered accountants play pivotal roles as CFOs, CEOs, auditors, strategists, and policy advisors, upholding the core values of integrity, excellence, and independence. They are at the forefront of driving governance, financial discipline, and strategic success through initiatives like specialized knowledge programs, national conferences, CFO summits, awards, campus placements, and leadership development. The CMIB nurtures an ecosystem where our members can excel, innovate, and contribute meaningfully to Viksit Bharat 2047. Let us together script the new chapter of professional excellence, economic growth, and ethical leadership. ICAI is immensely proud of each one of you. Thank you.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the premium accounting body in our country. Today, with over 14 lakhs members and students, it is the largest accounting body in the world. The members of ICAI have contributed exponentially to the growth story of India. Chartered accountants are working as powerhouse in the development of India. More than number crunchers, we are the strategic advisors who are driving forward businesses and above all are ensuring transparency in the financial matters. There is a huge responsibility on the members of ICAI to contribute to national building. At ICAI, we believe in providing guidance and being a bridge between the policymakers and society as a whole. Our members are the pillars of the nation's economy, being the catalysts of change and ensuring prosperity for all. We are confident that with the relentless commitment and dedication of our members, India will stand strong and tall on the global map. We urge all our members to continue to work for the betterment of our nation and of society. Together, we can create a brighter future for our country.
ICAI CMIB organizes campus for newly qualified chartered accountant. We used to have it for twice a year, but now as our final examinations are thrice a year, we are organizing it thrice a year. I request each and every one of you, kindly come and participate in these campuses. If your company is not coming, take the best of the blood and put it into your organization so that your organization grows. We do campus even for experienced chartered accountant. We do campus for women specific, the women who can work from home. We do campus for international placement also. And we have a placement portal. 24/7 it works, it is free of cost. If you are taking and hiring through some agencies, try to have from ICAI placement portal. I remember, I went to a program in Sri Fort Auditorium, then Raghu sir was CMIB chairman. So Pankaj Tyagi was vice chairman, who was my colleague in regional council. So I know CMIB has grown like anything, and with the help of each and every one of you, we want that in the September examination, for the September examination in this November, we are having a campus. All of you who want to hire whatever number you want, please get associated. Srija is here. You can get associated and ensure that you can come to the campus. We have campus throughout the country in every city. And if you say, we can even plan it for a virtual mode. Try to have CP study circle in your area, in your company, if it is a big company. And for AI also, let me tell you, if you want 40 or more employee to be trained in AI, then you can definitely ask ICAI. ICAI will plan a specific program for you. It was done for Reliance. It was done for many other companies, Ispat, IOCL, many other companies. You can plan that thing.
You must be aware that Committee for Members in Industry, one of the most important committee, because we are representing practically 70% members of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. You know what is the figure of the Chartered Accountant? 5,50,000. So out of 5,50,000, maybe close to 4 lakh Chartered Accountants, maybe in industry. And Committee for Members in Industry is having the responsibility to contribute, to serve to all of them, all of you. And you must be aware that besides campus placement programs, which we are having in nook and corner of the country, at 25 places we are having physical campus placement program thrice in a year, including Bengaluru. And then we are having 24/7 job portal. Even if a chartered accountant is of the age of 58 years, 60 years, 62 years, 65 years, one want to change, 24/7 job portal is there. And if you want to recruit someone experienced, experience can be 1 year experience, maybe 5 years experience, 10 years experience, or 20-year experience. You will find every type of sort of chartered accountant having every sort of experience on 24/7 job portal. So we are trying our level best to see that not only newly qualified chartered accountants, but otherwise also all the chartered accountants who are in industry, even if the chartered accountant who is in practice want to join industry at a later stage of his career, that fellow can also come on 24/7 job portal. So we are trying our level best to see that how we can really do something very, very concrete with the help and support of all of you.
The moment something comes up, the first target is the CFO, and we have seen that in multiple accounting scandals that CFOs are the first person to be targeted. I think, friends, we need to ensure that there's good corporate governance in the organizations. We are working as CFOs. I think we could be the champions of good corporate governance. We can play a very important role. And if something is not fine, you should be able to put your foot down and say, no, this is not correct. I think you play a very important role. Today, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the Ministry of Finance, the RBI, SEBI, IRDA expects a lot from all of you, from the CFOs of corporates. You look at the various statutes, the Companies Act, the GST Act, or various other acts, places a lot of responsibility of the Chief Financial Officer. Even under the Companies Act, you are responsible for a lot of, ensure that's proper financial reporting. So the expectation of the regulators are increasing every day. A lot of new legislations are coming in. We need to keep in mind. That is something which each one of you as CFO should keep in mind, the changing expectations of the regulators.
Anuj sir, I'll begin with you. I want to understand, for the modern CFO, is a decision to invest in a new technology a cost-saving exercise, or do you think it's a growth-enabling imperative? How do you look at it?
You see, if one is not going for the best of the technologies, see what happened with Nokia. Nokia at one point of time was producing the best of the mobiles of the country. And everyone was going for it. And when they have not gone for the latest technology, ultimately Nokia is nowhere. And all of you, as you are a very, very influential leaders, you must have used the BlackBerry. BlackBerry at one point of time was a very, very luxury gadget. And now where that company BlackBerry is. So I will request all of you with folded hands. Of course, as you are chartered accountant and the best of the chartered accountant, you must already doing it, but at the cost of the reputation. There can't be any excuse. There can't be any substitute but to have the latest technology. You see the Prime Minister Modi, he's talking about AI when no one was knowing about AI. He is talking about AI since then, when no one was talking about AI even in the United States of America. And now practically India has become AI capital of the world, and Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has become the AI capital as far as the accounting profession is concerned.
Rajesh sir, I will get you here now. I want to understand that today's CA students and also practicing members will in fact be auditing and leading AI-driven finance functions. So what changes are being considered by ICAI in making the kind of changes that it would like to sort of include in initial curriculum and also CPD mandate. What is being done in this front?
ICAI has started a committee which is known as AI in ICAI, and we have organized 600 programs of our level 1 across the country. We have a level 2 program also. Level 1 program is of 3 days. Level 2 program is of 5 days. And already 25 batches of the level 2 program also we have already done. And I will be saying that now industries where they can afford to have more than 40% as attending the AI program, we can have industry-specific training programs also on AI. We have done it for IOCL, we have done it for Reliance, we have done it for Ispat, and many government agencies also we have done.
It's clearly far ahead of all the competitors. Now, Madhukar sir, I would like to get you here now. What challenges are organizations facing in establishing unified data governance in AI, and what role can ICAI play in solving it?
I think the committee for DAB is coming up with standards for AI. So this is also the first in the world as a professional institute. We have also got a consulting standard started. Consulting standards are there in the Big Four, but most of us SMPs do not have any such standard. So I think the moment we get that, things can improve here also. There is certainly a lot of scope for this, and there is a need for verifying it. Not only the AI model which I put in place, whether it is safe. How am I deploying it? Is it safe enough, or it dilutes itself and causes more openings to happen?
Vivek sir, I have to get you here now. I want to understand how has the working relationship between CFO and CTO evolved?
The relationship between the CTO and the CFO is going a paramount shift that's there. In today's world, like in my job when I work, technology is so imperative in my function that's there that both of us work very closely together. Whether it is on how we are going to get controls going, whether it's about internal controls, whether it's about statutory reporting, whether it's about business insights, etc. In today's world, the CFO and the CTO or the CIO partnership is super strong that we see in our business these days.
Deepa, would you like to add to that?
So I think what Vivek said is absolutely correct. And today's world is something like the VUCA world that we are in, right? I mean, it's so uncertain, and and the thing is, we need to be really agile. And AI and its tools are really productivity tools, which actually enhance our productivity itself. And so people, a CFO walking in, he wants to know what is the sales number as of yesterday or as of today morning. So you need dashboards, giving the real key metrics and everything, right? So I think a lot of these tools, for instance, Power BI, and there is IBM tools. A lot of these tools are actually enable the CFO to make quick decisions. And and in today's world, as I said, right, I mean, if you're not really up to the mark in terms of your numbers and what's happening across your industry, across the competition, you lose a game.
How has this working relationship evolved?
As I see, even in my own company, that we have gradually been moving towards the collaborate kind of approach, rather than being at conflict, and when the CTOs come up with something, and then as CFOs we used to really ask questions which probably we should have kind of answered. So that collaborative approach is an evolution which Deepa rightly mentioned, that as CFOs we have, like, the transition has been from a controllership role to a growth mindset, or that's what. And I think the title of the program, Elevate, also, the up arrow, is that because if we don't grow, there is, which rightly pointed out Mr. Anuj rightly said, that companies which were there in existence are no more to be seen at all. So grow more or no more, it's actually like that. And that is where, and in the evolving world of technology, the two roles which really need to collaborate very closely are the CFOs and CTOs. And Deepa also made a very valid point that if one has the appetite and to learn, probably these two roles can also be combined. And that is an evolution of the CFO role, while CFOs have become CEOs. But I have not come across personally any case, a CFO becoming a CTO, but why not? There is an opportunity.
Right. What an amazing session this has been. High on knowledge, very strong opinions, and of course, the humor that we just can't forget. Thank you so much for giving us your time and making this session both thought-provoking and, of course, with that dash of humor. Thank you so much for giving us your time. A huge round of applause for all our panelists here. It can get louder, as I said earlier. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Committee for Members in Industry and Business और Zee Business की खास पेशकश Elevate CFO Forum में आपका स्वागत है. Madhukar ji, what is your take on the present scenario, sir? These are very volatile times. Geopolitical tensions हैं, global uncertainties हैं, world order is changing, global supply chains realign हो रही हैं, climate change को लेकर issues हैं, disruption है, AI, machine learning को लेकर. How are you reading the overall picture right now, sir?
Somehow I feel that we are best suited because we are a jugaad country. So we are best suited to, manage all these. We are not straight-jacketed. We are a bit nimble. I think that what is happening across the world is because of people having a bit more polarized. We are a country which is used to everybody. In our office we have Muslims, Christians, and we don't make a difference. Whereas we see advanced countries making such a big fuss about all this. You look at all the countries, advanced countries, US, Europe, I don't know. Sometimes they are on this side and then they go to that side and then that becomes too much, then they stop. We have always been the same way. So I think that India and Indian professionals are actually in the right place. We have not totally lost in our, what I would say, moral compass. Our children still listen to us. They respect us. There's a little of change, of course. But I think the main thing I look at is that there are three things or four things, I think, from professional point of view. I'm more interested in the profession than the rest of the country. So if I look at the profession, if I look at knowledge, ICAI, I think, is ahead of any country in knowledge.
Okay, Mr. Basu, we'll come to you now, sir. Sir, we are seeing there are opportunities, but it's an uncertain environment also. It's a VUCA world. And uncertainty is not good for any business. So is the job of a CFO becoming even more challenging? आप बैलेंस शीट में किस तरह से स्ट्रेस टेस्टिंग कर रहे हैं? Can you take us through some non-traditional risks as well, sir?
Yeah, thanks. See, in the previous panel discussion on a lighter note, it made me feel that chartered accountants are omnipresent, omniscient, etc., etc. I think, we need to understand, and I learned risk management in one of the largest Indian conglomerates and one of the large global conglomerates. I think we have to be humble when we are doing risk assessment. And the reason I call that out is that आपका एक circle of control होता है, आपका एक circle of influence होता है, and then there is something which you have to be mindful of. You can't bake it in. This entire impression which we carry in hindsight that we saw it coming is the biggest nonsense which we can satisfy ourselves with. The fact of the matter is, most of the things will come through a curveball. Your systems have to be designed in a way that you're able to manage it. It's not always that you can predict it. I'll just extend this, if we have to weigh every risk, in the balance sheet, there'll be zero investments in this country. Last panel, they said that, we should not look at ROI when we're looking for investments. So we live in a world of contradiction continuously, and I think it is not possible to stress test everything in the balance sheet. Non-traditional risks are country risks, non-traditional risks are currency risks which come because of different geopolitical scenarios. These are not something which comes with a warning. You have to deal with it and you have to move on as you progress. And that's the job of the CFO and the business.
We're talking about risk management strategies. So in that, what is the first step? Maybe to identify risk and then maybe via AI, ML, plan some navigating strategies. And also, what are your views on cyber security risk? What we are seeing, जैसे digital adoption accelerate हुआ post-pandemic, the digital risk is also on a rise in this age of digital transformation. So what is your assessment of the scenario on that front?
We cannot list out all the risks. We can only know a certain risk area, right? For example, cyber security is a risk. Geopolitics is a risk. What happens in those areas is not in our control and not something that we can predict by each line item, right? What rather we can do is, as businesses, build that resilience, build that adaptability, build that flexibility in our standards. Also, things will break. Whatever you do, things will break. I've been in mostly heading finance for growth stage companies and startups. Risk was the norm of the day. Whatever we planned, planning was almost continuous. Capital would dry up. Someone would pull out. Biggest customers would churn. It then also means the best instrument that as an organization that we had always was resilience and adaptability.
Right, sir. That's all the time we had. तो इस सेशन में रिस्क मिटिगेशन स्ट्रैटेजीज एंड वॉलेटाइल वर्ल्ड इस पर बातचीत करने के लिए सभी पहलुओं पर आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. तो ICAI CFO फोरम एलिवेट का ये सफ़र आगे भी जारी रहेगा. फिलहाल बेंगलुरु राउंड से अभी के लिए इतना ही. नमस्कार, गुड बाय. थैंक यू वेरी मच सर.